Hyperdrive with John B. on GQ Radio.
Because that's the first time we've playlisted that song. Sonique with Why Are We Still Here? You know, I ask that question to myself on a daily. Like, why am I still here? Not why are we? Tone with Indelible just before that, also from the Mother City. But like I mentioned to you, it is time now. It is 5:10. Yeah, geez, for a change, I'm actually on time with these conversations. I want to say a very good afternoon to none other than Sonique. How are you doing?
Hello, thanks for having me on your show.
Oh man, yeah, it's a pleasure having you, man. I want to welcome you to Hyperdrive, man. It's a blessing for us to have you here.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, actually.
Come on, man. Don't be like that. For our listeners out there, let us know a little bit more about who Sonique is.
So I am a alternative pop artist, and I just sing about real life things.
Real life things.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. That sounds very, very, very interesting, guys. I must be honest with you. You know, is that like, I'm going to just try and put my finger on it, right? So when you say real life things, that means that you take experiences from not just yourself, but other people as well, and put it onto writing, into paper, into song.
Yes, that's exactly what I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of take inspiration from situations around me and also my personal situations.
Wow. No, look, that there is, it's very therapeutic.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's extremely important. When I do my own writing as well, I tend to, you know, when you go through things, that's when your emotions are all over the place, and you know, you just don't want to keep it all in because it starts brewing up and you start exploding, and that's not who you want to be. So you tend to write all those things down, and even if you repeat yourself 1,001 times, it doesn't matter.
Yes, and sometimes, you know, you don't really have many people that understand your situation, so what's better? It's better to write it.
Jeez, you know, I think we are going to have a brilliant conversation all about that, all on its own. That's like a whole new topic for a new day, because, man, I tell you, if every artist did that, the music that came out of every single artist would be phenomenal, because...
Yes.
Or hella sad. It just depends on the situation. Sonique, tell us more about, you know, first and foremost, the... I want to talk about that first. Before we even get into the single, I want to talk more about RADA, Unearthed. You know, tell us more about that initiative. I'm actually on the website as we speak right now. It's RADA Unearthed for the Love of Music. Tell us more about that.
They're actually really awesome. They're a humanitarian organization, and they work in a lot of vulnerable communities, and they have a lot of projects on the go at the moment.
Okay.
And one of their projects is their music albums that they do. And so basically they get music artists, new music artists and experienced ones to write a song for their albums, and all of the proceeds, all of the royalties made from the streams and downloads goes towards helping people and goes towards their adoptive home centers and projects. So they're actually doing really good in a lot of people's lives.
I mean, I'm looking at some of the artists, and I mean, I'm just going to name drop a few of them, you know, like, I mean, I was looking through it last night with one of our other hosts from another show, like this evening a bit later on, and I looked at the artists that were there showcasing Howie Combrink, Lyra, Mark Billing, oh my goodness, Stan Martin, you know, and the list just goes on. Ashlyn Gray, Naming Janes, Prime Circle, Lilo, Seven. Jeez. Wow,
Yes.
man, I tell you, why did I not know about this? Who's been keeping this a state secret?
Yo, well, now you know.
Wow.
And now,
Ooh.
yeah.
Now the floodgates have opened, man. So, right, now that we know a little bit more about what RADA is all about, tell us how you got involved, and in what album are you going to be showcased, or what album are you busy working on?
So, I actually started doing volunteer work for them when I was in school.
Okay.
And I just loved what they do. Like, I painted rehabs, helped at their soup kitchens, and they do so much good work. And I kind of planted the seed that I do music, because I knew they had this RADA Unearthed project, and I think they saw that I do music, and they asked me if I could write a song for their 3rd volume album. So I'm on their 3rd volume album right now.
The third volume, is that on the website already, or?
Yes, you can even go look on YouTube at RADA Unearthed.
Yeah, I must go.
RADA Healing. Yes,
I must go check that out. And I mean, our listeners out there, guys, wherever you may be, please don't be shy to go check it out as well. I've been obviously listening to your singles. We played both the cover version of Yellow and now obviously the one before as well. And I've obviously been checking out everything on YouTube, and sure, man, it's good to have this conversation. So
that's awesome. Thanks.
now we love new artists. We love up and coming artists. We just love the local industry, man. It's just something that we like. We just love sharing with and discussing and finding out more about you as artists as well. Now, when I first told my other co-presenters and my GQ Radio family that I have Sonique on the show, they were all thinking it was the internationally acclaimed Sonique from many years ago. Now, how did the name come about? Like, who chose this name and why?
My parents named me after her, actually.
Oh, wow. I knew it.
Yeah, so, yeah. And it's quite a coincidence, you know. Now I'm a music artist.
Jeez,
and I'm named Sonique.
I tell you. No, look, I mean, they were confused. They were like, how the hell did you pull that off, John? Where and how? I was like, kept it a secret for a day or two, and I was like, nah, guys, don't stress. You know, I'm not that good. I mean, I know I'm good, but I'm not that good, really. Tell us more about the single, Marinade, where, and obviously, the story behind it, the process behind this track.
Yes, so Marinade is just a song about seeing the positive in the negative. Like, our darknesses don't make us weak, because without them, we wouldn't be as strong as we are today, let's be honest. And like, sometimes life puts you in negative situations so that you can learn a lesson from them. And that's what Marinade is all about. It's just seeing things a bit differently.
Wow. You know, I look at it, I mean, I obviously, you know, Marinade, obviously, I talk about food, because I'm a foodie. I love food.
Yes.
Right? So it's a similar situation if you think about it. You know, when you are braaiing and you got that like a chop or a steak, and you want to put it on the fire, you got to marinate it first and sort of lay in that complete sauce that you guys have obviously concocted yourselves. And Dad always never shares the recipe with anybody. You know, that's a similar situation, because once you put it in there and you put it on the fire and everything else, that just turns out so good. So, especially in life situations as well, if you let certain things just marinate, and you know, it takes care of itself generally.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, and there's a part of the song where I say sometimes life gives you lemons to turn them brown. Okay. And it's a metaphor for sometimes life gives you these terrible situations on purpose, and you just got to make something out of it. And that's why I said you have to make marinade out of the brown lemons.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I've got another saying for lemons that says, if life gives you lemons, throw them at people.
Oh, is it?
Nah, I was saying I saw in the series, and it stuck with me for years. I was like, wow, guy. Like, really? So if life gives you lemons, just throw them at people, man. It's bound to hit someone.
Oh, you got to let the aggression out somehow.
Of course you do, man. Sonique, what lays ahead for your career? Have you got any other releases coming up that you could discuss with us, or you know, anything else, maybe performances and stuff like that?
Yes, of course. So there's actually another song of mine that's coming out on the 18th of October, which is really exciting.
Lovely.
It's called Finding Your Way, and it's quite I would say, a summery vibe.
Nice.
You know. And obviously performances are going to come out soon. Yeah. I have been doing a few, but I want to do original shows once my album is out.
Ooh, okay. So you're working towards that album as well.
Yes.
You've got a set date in mind already. I'm sure. You just sound like one of those ladies who have everything like laid out.
All planned. All planned.
Do not share. Do not share that at all. Please don't. We
I won't.
want to be surprised pleasantly when it does eventually get on the shelf, or like we can't say shelf anymore, but as soon as it's on digital platforms, etc.
Yes.
We'd love to hear more about that, and obviously your new release, we look forward to hearing about that as well. But for our our artists out there, maybe aspiring artists that maybe just want to think of coming into the industry, etc. You've obviously you're not exactly been there for years and years, but I'm sure you've learned a ton since being with the group that you are with RADA and the guys. What kind of advice would you be able to give an up and coming artist, and even yourself, looking back when you first started in the industry?
Well, so I actually teach quite a lot of youngsters at the moment.
Okay.
So I would consider them as up and coming as well.
Okay.
And I always tell them they just need to be confident in themselves. And if they have a dream, no one else can touch it,
Yes.
So you just got to focus on yourself and not let other people change the way you think about your future.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Amy from Gauteng is saying there, she's going back to the lemons here. When life gives you lemons, drink tequila. Yeah.
Oh, yes, 100%. That's a perfect combination.
Oh, my goodness. Really, guys? Really now? Come on now. I prefer throwing it at people. It's much easier. At least you know when you're done throwing everything at people, then you have more tequila to drink by yourself. Come on. Think about that.
Yes.
Think about it.
But then you have no garnish.
You make sure you only use the brown ones to throw at people, not the ripe one, like the nice ones.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Sonique, where can our listeners get a hold of your music? First of all, obviously not with RADA, but obviously through your digital platforms, YouTubes and all that. Can you give those handles to our listeners?
Yes, so all my music is available on all streaming platforms.
Okay.
But if you want to find me on my social media, my Facebook is Sonique Patu, Sonique Pirtout, and my Instagram is Sonique_P2, and my TikTok is Sonique_music. And also, if you guys want to hear more about RADA, you have to go to their website.
Yes.
It's rada.co.za.
Yeah, and if you want to go, you can go radaunearthed.co.za. That gives you even more, because you'll have a look there. They've got home, about, artists, lyrics, news, videos, RADA Care, which we obviously would love to find out more about as well. And I think that would be something we want to get more people on board with. And you can actually get in contact with them to see how you can actually be a part of it and help them out as well, because I'm sure they're always looking for more people too, like you started with, just helping out and just getting involved.
Yes. It's really awesome, actually.
I just saw now, like looking at the artists, I'm still on the landing page here, but I went to the artist page, and one of the ladies that I spoke to probably about 2-3 years ago, Leah Elise, is also part of RADA, and I was like, wow, I spoke to her when she debuted with her first single.
Oh, that's awesome. She was actually the first song on the Volume 3 album this year.
Oh, she's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
She is really cool.
Yeah. So, with all these artists, right, who do you look up to? Like, is there a certain artist that you possibly have been involved with, obviously with working with RADA? And is there maybe like a mentor that you maybe look up to, or maybe just helps you along the way?
Yes, it's definitely Mark Beeling.
Okay.
He's actually the one that produced my music, so
Yep.
he has really helped me along quite a lot in my music journey.
Oh, man.
Whether it's helping me, like making my music sound amazing, and also just like giving me advice on like how to better my producing and gigging, and he's just a really incredible guy. Yeah.
Mark Beeling has been around. I've spoken to 2 or 3 artists over the past month that have all had his hand in their music itself. So
Yes.
phenomenal guy, really, really phenomenal. One last question before we do wrap it up and let you go further on. What do you do in your spare time, over and above music and everything else? What do you do to unwind and just get away from it all?
I really enjoy the outdoors.
Okay.
So if I can, I like to go away to the bush or go hiking or just going for a run. I really enjoy being in nature and grounding myself.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Sonique, you've been an absolute superstar, man. We are really enjoying the music coming out. We've listened to Marinade, and what a song.
Thank you.
I want to ask you to actually introduce the song as we say our goodbyes to you. Sonique, you've been great. Please introduce your
Thank
track.
you so much.
Please introduce your track to our listeners, man.
Thanks so much for having me on your show, first of all.
Yeah.
And this next song is Marinade by Sonique.
Here we go.
New music.